Hi, I'm Michelle Chalfant, psychotherapist, holistic life coach, and human just like you, learning to navigate life's challenges. With over 25 years experience, I teach people how to get healthy using the adult chair model. The adult chair model is where simple psychology meets grounded spirituality, and it teaches us how to become healthy adults. From anxiety and depression to codependency and relationship issues, you can use the adult chair for just about anything. Each week, I share practical tips, tools, and advice from myself and a wide range of experts on how to get unstuck, how to live authentically, and how to truly love yourself, all while sitting in your adult chair. Welcome to the Adult Chair Podcast. Hello, everybody, and welcome to 2023. I am Michelle Chalfant. Happy New Year. Happy New Year from the Adult Chair Gang. It's lovely to be here with all of you today on this very first week of January. I hope everyone had a lovely holiday season and New Year. I'm happy to be in 2023. Yeah, I'm really happy to be here, I have to say. I'm excited about this whole month of January because it sets the tone for the new year. It really lays out. I spend a lot of time, if you saw me on social, I do the burning ceremony on the 31st. I go through and I write down everything I want to release in 2022 or for the end of the year, and I burn it. And I invited you guys to do that with me. So I hope you burned away. And then the new year is a new time for all of us. This is when we are really creating, and hopefully you all are doing this, thinking through who do you want to be in 2023? Who do you want to be moving forward in your life? This is a time of goal setting and intentions and all the things. And it's an important month of the year. So I hope you all are really spending time with yourselves and looking deeper into self and getting to know what you want to do in this year, and also who do you want to be or become, right? And oftentimes, one of the beautiful ways that I love to do this, of course, is through the topic of today, which is journaling, which is actually the topic of the whole month. We are doing our annual journaling challenge. I can't remember if it's the fourth or the fifth year we've done this, but every year I write brand new journaling prompts for all of you. And it's 100% free. And it helps us journaling really to find out who we really are, under the false self. It helps us to discover so much about who we are. And I hope you've joined the challenge. It's at theadultchair.com/journal. And every day of the month, you get a journaling prompt. And the journaling prompt will take you on a deep dive into the self to help you to get clearer about who you are. And did I mention it's free? It's my gift to you every single year. We normally do it in November, but we moved it to January because it just feels like it's a fresh start for people. It's a time of, everything's brand new. So, and it's not so chaotic. It's not around the holidays. It's post-holidays. So you can really dig deep. It's winter, hibernation time. So grab a journal and a pen, get a candle if you want, or incense or something, put some soft music on, and do the journaling challenge with us. If you're just getting this now, let's see, what's the date? Yeah, it's January 5th. So you might have missed a few, but you can go back and get the previous prompts and tack them on to the end or do with them whatever you'd like. You can do them all in one day or not. But it's a great way to get to know who you really are and take a deep dive into self. That's at theadultchair.com/journal. But today we're talking all about journaling. I'm going to share with you why to journal. Why do we journal? What's the point? I'm going to explain to you why that is, and also how to journal. So yes, journaling prompts are one way, but there are many other ways to journal. So we're going to talk all about it because it is an extremely powerful tool that we have. And again, I love that it is something we can do for free. It does not require anyone else. And it can create such a transformation of self because it takes us on such a deep dive into self when we do some journaling. So let's jump right in and talk about why we journal, right? I don't know about you guys, but when I was young, I was thinking back on this. I'm like, how long have I been journaling? And I actually had a memory of my very first journal. I think that way back when, I think I was probably 10 years old because I think it was fourth grade. And I think Santa Claus actually brought me, it was like, I can't remember what it was called, Holly Hobby or something journal. I can still see the little image on the front of it. But I remember I was 10 years old and man, I would walk around with that journal and I would guard it with my life. Like I would just journal all the time. I loved it. It was like having a best friend that was listening to me all the time. And I could write all my thoughts and all my feelings down. So it's been going on for a very, very, very long time as far as my journaling and my writing. And I have to tell you, it has just transformed so many aspects of my life, but it can do that for you too. So why we journal? Self-discovery. It is an incredible way to discover so much about who you really are, right? It's like, who are you beyond the false self, beyond the masks that we all wear? What's underneath? And unless you pause in your life and take time to reflect, it's hard to find the deeper parts of self. And so this is where journaling, it can really take you on a journey deep inside. We can learn about things like anything in the world. Like, gosh, I'm thinking about getting a new job. Well, what you do is you write about it, put it down in your journal, explore it in your journal. You might want to, discover or think about a new relationship or friendships or joining a new group or joining a different church or whatever the heck it is that you're thinking about doing. Journaling is a self-discovery process, and you can just write about it. Just write and write and write, and you'd be amazed at what you would discover or what you will discover. It just helps you discover more of who you are. So when you even think about the year, this upcoming year, you can write about who do you really want to be in this year? Who do you want to be a year from now? Write about it. Something really magical happens when we have an idea about who we want to be, and then we actually bring it down into our current reality and we see it in front of us on paper. Whether you draw it or write it, it's so darn powerful. But writing it in detail and then looking at it and reading through it, holy moly, does that help with manifesting what you want to bring into your life or who you want to become. So that's the first thing, is it's a really huge self-discovery tool for us. Another thing I love about it is it's a great way to do processing work of emotions or feelings or thoughts that we're having. You know, when you feel really emotional about something, you can journal about it, right? So when you journal about it, you learn about yourself. It takes you on, again, a journey. So sometimes when I'm doing my inner child work, even, I'll imagine little Michelle sitting in front of me and I just start journaling and writing. And I'll say things like, "Hi, how are you today?" And then I imagine what she would say back. And sometimes I hear it and sometimes the pen just takes over and away we go. And we just have this whole dialogue. Or you can even do it with other parts. If you do parts work, what part of you can journal with your inner critic. So you can learn more about these parts of yourself. Journal about your judger. Journal about the part of you that wants to drink more wine or eat more food or not eat food or work out too much or not work out at all. Like these are all parts within you that have a really big purpose, and they're trying hard to keep you safe and alive. But they're little aspects that we have that they have a voice. So you can give them a voice through journaling. It's powerful, powerful to do this work. Like I said in the beginning, for me, when I was a child and still to this day, journaling can be almost like a best friend. It's like, what do you want to tell this? It's actually a thing because it's a journal. But if it were like someone that would never, ever, ever divulge your secrets or your secret, what would you say? What do you need and want to get out of you, off your chest, off your heart, out of your body? What do you need to say? Write it down. Because your journal can serve as this best friend that has no judgment. It's 100% accepting and has unconditional love for you. Like whatever you say, it's okay. Your journal is just going to listen, and it's going to keep your deepest, darkest secrets. And just writing out where you feel blocked in your life or what you're hiding from others, writing it down, holy moly, it just changes us. It gets the process of change and transformation going by journaling. It's an energy. When we journal, it's an energy. It actually is moving us forward in life versus keeping us stuck. So if you're someone that's sitting and not sure how to move forward, man, just journal. It will give you, I promise you, it gives you the clarity that you need and that you're looking for just by putting a pen to paper. You know, a lot of people have asked me over the years, like, it doesn't matter if I journal on my laptop. It doesn't matter if I journal on my phone. That's fine. But I have to tell you, there's something that happens when you actually put pen to paper. So I'm not saying if you feel like I just want to do it in my laptop, go for it. But if you can, just notice a difference. I would invite you to explore doing it one day, pen to paper, and another day on your laptop. And just notice, do you feel a difference? Was it different for you? Did the information flow through you in a different way when you had pen to paper versus on your laptop? And honestly, if there's no difference for you, then do what feels right for you. Other people have asked me about, well, what do you do? I don't want anyone to ever find my journal. I'm afraid. I don't want them to see what I wrote down. So you hide it. Put it in a safe. Put it underneath your mattress, in between your mattress and your box spring. Put it somewhere where no one's ever going to see it or find it. Just hide it. Another thing you can do is if there's something really personal, something that you don't want anyone to ever know, it's still beneficial to write it down. So I would encourage you to write it down on a piece of paper or many pieces of paper and then burn it. Burning it transforms that energy. I remember that I'm just having a memory of a client that I had, and she came in. I remember she came in with I asked her to journal. I said, go home and journal what's going on. She was in the middle of a messy relationship, and she could never speak her truth to her partner. And I said, go home and journal. And she came in for our next session. I think she had something like 25 pages. And she says, I can't believe I didn't know that this was all inside of me. She said, I just put pen to paper and I started to write, and it was like this vomiting of all of these emotions and anger, and all the stuff came out all over the paper. And she said, I don't know what to do with this now. I don't know what to do with this now. What am I going to do with this? And actually, she and I went outside and we burned it in the backyard of my office, in my parking lot. I said, let's just go outside and burn it. We did a little ceremony, and she felt like she lost about 50 pounds. She said, oh my gosh, I feel cleansed. And I said, there it is. That's the power of journaling. So it's such a transformational experience. Okay, so let's talk about specifically how, because over all the years of having my private practice, when I would encourage my clients to journal, I had a lot of the same comments that would come back. And the biggest comment or question that came back was, I don't know how to journal. I don't know where to begin. What am I supposed to do? So you can journal again. You can journal any time of the day. You can journal in bed, out of bed. It's all dependent on what you want to do, when you want to do it, and how you want to do it. You can make it very ritualistic or ceremonial, where you are journaling, like I said earlier, like with a candle, or with incense burning and soft music and a hot cup of tea or something like that. And you do it, when everyone's left the house, or you can literally just get up in the morning and you just sit up in bed, grab your journal and write. A lot of people do that. They just journal about, they record their dreams and that turns into their journal. So anything that resonates with you, do it. Experiment. Try it at night, try it in the morning. So whenever you feel is right for you, that's what you want to do. I love every year to go out and buy like a beautiful new journal. And I go, okay, this is it. This is it for this year. And sometimes I actually have to buy a second one if I do a lot of journaling in that one year. But I love going out and be like, okay, so what's this year going to look like and feel like for me? And I'll get a journal that represents that. And I even buy a special pen for my journaling. But just grab a pen and paper and find a time and set your timer if you want on your phone. Again, you can do this for 5 minutes or an hour. You customize it based on what you need and what feels right for you. But if you're a first timer, just give it a shot for like 10, 15 minutes, see what comes. And again, when people say, how do I journal? I don't know what to write. Anything that comes to your mind, anything at all, start there. I find that people that really want to go deeper, but just are not sure, this is one way to do that. If you're not great at feeling your emotions, you're not great at finding your own truth, and you're really wanting to get in touch with who you are as a human, deeper inside of self, this is a great way to do it versus just dropping into your body and feeling. Sometimes that's hard for people. Journaling is a gateway to do that. So you start out by writing anything at all. So you start out writing something like, I hate the cold, or I hate the heat, whatever the heck it is, or I hate rain, or I hate sun, whatever you want to write about, or I don't like the color red. You can write something as benign as that and just see where your pen goes. Just understand this. When you journal, it's like starting an energy stream that comes through you. So think about turning a hose on and your body is the hose. So it's like you're turning it on when you start to journal. So the water is going to start flowing through you when you just write anything. So you write something like, again, my favorite color is the color blue, and I love the ocean, and I love rain, and I love the water. You just start going, and all of a sudden, what do you know? Or you could write, I'm really upset with my partner today. I don't like that they said that to me, and blah, 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 blah. Or my husband is such a jerk. I don't like when he talks. Whatever you want to write. There's no right or wrong. That's what's so beautiful. There's no right or wrong when you journal. Just start writing something. Don't criticize it. That's another thing. Who cares about your grammar? Who cares about your spelling? Who cares how neat it is? I know that even when I get going, and I've had clients come in and show me their actual journals, they're like, I was writing so fast. Look, I can't even read what I wrote. I'm like, who cares? It's out of you. That's the thing. You may never, ever go back and read your journal, and you might. Some people do. I don't. But as you're journaling, you can, when that energy gets flowing through you, who cares if it's sloppy or not? Some people draw. I'm telling you, it's such a customized process. So, or a custom process. You might want to draw a picture in the middle of your journal. You might want to get some crayons. I've had people get colored pencils and they add artwork in the middle of their journal. You would be surprised at what's inside of you. And when you tap into what we call the flow state, holy moly, you're going straight into the unconscious mind, into the divine mind, into the higher self, all the things. You will start getting information and clarity on so many things. Like we talked about earlier, this is why you journal, because when you can tap into that the flow state through writing, the answers come out through the journaling right in front of you. You'll discover things about, should I leave this relationship or stay? Should I get the new job? Should I move? Whatever it is you're thinking about doing. Why am I so sad? Why am I depressed? Let's write to your depression, write to your fears, write to your social anxiety. You can write about it and you discover more about it through your writing. It's incredible. This is called automatic writing, when almost like the pen just takes over. It's because you're connecting in with something bigger than you, and it's this divine flow state. Holy moly, the information just cruises on through, and you will find resolve to some of your issues where you feel blocked or stuck. So that's another way to journal. Lastly, like I've said, is our journaling prompts. So if you don't know what to write, this is exactly why I create journaling prompts in just about every offering that I do, from the membership to my courses to this annual event. For people that just sit and go, I don't know, Michelle, I'm still blocked. This is exactly why I create every year the journaling challenge. It's so that it'll get you started. So with any journaling prompt, whether you're doing mine or someone else's, the prompt begins your journey. So you look at the prompts, you read through it, and then you answer it in your journal. And you just let your pen flow. And you allow yourself to be really honest, radically honest with your responses. That gets the energy flowing. That brings clarity to so many things. I have done journaling with clients that really suffered from anxiety and depression. It was incredible what they learned about themselves. I've done it with my own, in fact. And it's a self-discovery process. You find the roots of various things that you might be struggling with that you never thought was going on. I never dreamed some of the things that came through in my journaling. I'm like, oh my gosh, I never consciously thought of that. The reason is because when you journal, you're tapping often into the unconscious mind. And all of these awarenesses start coming up around your blocks, sadness. Even people I've worked with that have had physical issues, from cancer, adrenal fatigue, to unresolved back pain. I invite people, go journal about it. Talk to your back on paper. Talk to your knee that is hurting you. Talk to your cancer. I've worked with cancer patients and we journal together, and I've had them as clients. I'll say, journal about it. Let's go. Talk to your cancer. What does it want you to know? What does your body want you to know? So if you're someone that suffers from physical ailments, talk to them through pen and paper. It's an energy. We're all energy beings, remember. So whether it be a physical ailment you have or something else, you can talk to it, as crazy as this sounds, through journaling. You will find direction and guidance through journaling once you step into that flow state. It's pretty profound. So again, one of my favorite tools. And I hope you all, whether you join the journaling challenge or not, get pen to paper and notice for yourself what a transformational experience this can be for you. But if you'd like to join us, I just want to remind you, whether you're on the email list for everything else I do or not, you have to join this separately. We do not inundate anyone with emails here. So you have to join at theadultchair.com/journal, and you will get those journaling prompts delivered every single day, one a day, in your inbox. All right, everybody. That is what I've got for you today. Again, happy New Year. I really look forward to having another beautiful year with all of you and helping everyone slide more easily into their healthiest adult self, which is what we call here the adult chair. I'll see you next week, everybody.